So this device has a wonderful screen. It may not be the best color accurate screen, but trust me, it has better color accuracy than many run-of-the-mill laptops that people use for their daily browsing activities. It does not have a laminated screen, but as I will show you in the footage, might be a little overrated in this device because the gap is not that large. It doesn't have touch. It's full HD, not 4K, and full HD in a 16-inch. Well, you know, that is not that big of a deal for the price that you are getting. So the question is, what is your use case? What are you really doing? And for me, I am not doing a graphic intensive task. I am studying on it. I am producing papers. I am teaching, and I am doing some content creation, usually in terms of relaying a concept or teaching something online. And the appeal is that you would hook this device to your computer and start working away, and then you can just unplug it and take it somewhere else and then create a mobile station anywhere you would like to sit for any length of time. You also get the option of a few different sizes for the Cintiq lineup. There's a 16 and a 22 depending how mobile you want to be, or whether you want to flip your workstation or that desktop of yours into a canvas where you lay all your ideas. Now let me show you how many cables you need. And when we are talking about such a setup limitation or not a limitation depending on your use case, these are the sorts of things that can give companies suggestions on how to improve these products for our flow. So here you can see on the back there's a nice gate door, and it plugs in with a single adapter that is put snugly and that can be closed to ensure that the fit is not going to move. There are also 2 feet that can be moved out, and they have 2 steps. Once you pass the 90 degrees angle, it is quite sturdy and it is very reliable, and it is plastic, but it feels very premium. It's a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, as you can see over there. You really don't want to be limited in a sense that you feel that there is a barrier between you and your work. You want the interface to be as seamless as picking up a pen and going. Many of the devices that offer pens today have such grievances similar to jitters and pens not working and syncing problems and power running out or simply not working well somehow, and those are the sorts of things that will stop us from relying on such technology. And so yes, at the end of the Cintiq, it is a single cable. It has already been plugged in. Now let's trace that cable and see what that cable goes to. I mean, that's fantastic. It's 1 cable, right? Well, it branches out to 3. It's still a beautiful cable management system. Now we plug 1 HDMI and 1 USB. Notice how they are not using a USB-C protocol. This device was actually produced in, I believe, 2019. Anyways, after the USB-C has become mainstay. And so when we're asking what does that plug into, that plugs to this. Now you have this very large power brick and very long cable. I mean, being long is fantastic because once you're set in a station, it arguably offers you a little bit of mobility with your device. You can maybe pick it up from the desk and sit on a couch nearby. So now we have the device connected, and you can see the cables tracing around, and you can always tuck the cables away in a neat and beautiful way, hide them somewhere. Now let's power the device on. I love that LED backlit on button. So now we have turned on the device. I'm going to go ahead and access the Wacom Desktop Center, and I'm demonstrating how the only way to be able to adjust the brightness on this screen. So shout out to Wacom. A, please provide us with a single cable that does the data and power and display transfer as mentioned before. And B, look at this. How about you put some brightness and screen display controllers directly on the device, or maybe integrate them into the operating system. So these are some of the things that would really improve our user experience. The Pro Pen 2 is a beautiful and arguably the standard digital pen in the industry. It has more than 8,000 levels of pressure sensitivity. It works even at the edges. You see the parallax and the laminated screen, it's not really a big deal. We're looking from an angle now, and you can still see that the tip is very much relatively below the pen. You can see that now I am extending my displays from the computer onto the secondary monitor, giving me more workable area. And you may want to think, but you can only write on the Cintiq, so why not duplicate or have that as the secondary display if you're truly a pen power user. Well, on the Cintiq lineup, you can do something called screen toggle, which means you can use your pen display as a pen tablet for the secondary monitor. A little bit of learning curve, but you can use the pen on all the screens connected to your device. There are no diagonal jitters, it works at the edges, pressure sensitivity is flawless, it feels really ergonomic, it's very well built, it's light. Now there is an issue because there's no on-screen or physical controllers and there's no touch. There are some programs where I literally can't pan and scroll, such as OneNote, and in this case you will need an actual physical mouse. To me, that's not a big deal. I'll have a mouse and a keyboard on the sides of the display, but this is another thing that we can request that should be added to those machines. Alright, so now I figured out that this needs to be on a disc, on a station, moving my hand here, and I'll be like reading the different parts, then I just click here, just click, and now I'm back here and I can now write. Now you will see the screen is actually laminated from the factory with a film that I tried to get it out before. It's very difficult to get out and it's very smooth. It gives a little bit of texture. But one side effect that I did notice is that my hand also kind of grips. And so I'm not an artist, but I ended up having to use these gloves.